But I don't want anyone to get disillusioned and think comedy is always like this, where I would come out and people are like, yeah, this is fun. You know, it's not always like that. There's years, many years, where you're performing and in your head, it's going so bad, you're just like, man, maybe I can still get a real job. I mean, that's still an option. I used to perform in colleges, you guys. In 2015, that was my first year of getting to be a full-time comedian, where I got to quit my day job and just do this, which is really, it took 9 years to get to that point, so it took a long-ass time. And I got to book all these colleges, and colleges pay well, right? Because they're selling those kids kind of an education, but also some entertainment, and that's where I come in. So I got booked to all these colleges, and some of the shows were good, and some of them were horrible. Most were pretty rough. But I remember one time I did a show in Pittsburgh at Washington Jefferson University, right outside of Pittsburgh. And I showed up in the small room, there was 10 kids there for the show. And I'm like, that's enough to have a show. The 10 is enough. But the girl that was running it was like, hey, can we wait a few more minutes? Because I think some more people are showing up. And I was like, sure. And we waited 10 minutes, and nobody else showed up, but those first 10 people left. So, the girl that was running the show, she was very sweet. She goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. And she's just like, here you go, here's your check. I guess we're not doing a show. And I went, never apologize for this. This is amazing. He just handed me a check, and I didn't have to perform for 10 18-year-olds. This is amazing. So I went back to the Marriott and got drunk. It was great. And so the next night, I'm at Penn State Harrisburg, and I walk into a similar situation. I walk in, it's like a big cafeteria type thing, like cafe, and there's a stage area about this size, and there's no one sitting here. And about like 50 yards away, there's like 3 students studying. They don't know about the show. They're in a different part of the building. They're so far away. And I walk in and I'm like, here we go. Hand me that check. I'm ready to order a drink at the Marriott. And then the girl comes up to me at that show and goes, well, we paid you. And I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, well, go up there. And I'm like, there's nobody there. And she's like, all right. What? So I had to walk on stage in front of nobody and start doing this. I don't know if you know this, but you're an integral part of this. Like, honestly, for a second, take yourselves out of this room and leave me in it. I look like a lunatic. You guys are very important in this, but there's no one here. And I walk on stage, I'm like, oh my God. So I just start yelling to the 3 students studying, trying to chase their dreams. And I'm like, please stop chasing your goals and your wants and your needs in life, and please come up and listen to me do stand-up. And they kind of didn't want to, but I just kept yelling at them until they couldn't study any longer. And they did, and I got 3 students in front, and I'm starting to do the show. It's still just as horrible as you would imagine. There's 3 kids instead of none, so at least there's eyeballs to stare at me and judge harshly. And I'm doing my act, and about 15 minutes into my 60-minute set, one of the students gets up to leave. And as they're pushing the double doors open to leave, I go, what was it? Was it the cat jokes? Just trying to say anything, right? And he just looks at me, and he just goes, I just can't. And he pushes the doors open and walks out. Like, that kid left with a piece of my soul. Do you understand? Like, I still dream about him sometimes. And he did that 15 minutes in. I had 45 more minutes to do after that. And I just watched him leave with a piece of my soul. And I went back to the other kids, and I'm like, comedy. And I wish I could lie to you guys and tell you it's the worst show that I've ever done. It's not. It's not. It just isn't, man. The worst show that I ever did was in my hometown in San Diego, California. I got hired to do a comedy club downtown. It was a private event. It was for a lady's 50th birthday party. And the way she was celebrating was she rented out the entire comedy club for her and her 9 friends. Yeah. And they sat in a row in a line, like a firing squad. And the comics just had to come up and just dance for her, pretty much. This is the closest I ever felt to being a court jester. Just like, just waiting for them to go yay or nay. Just waiting, like, am I going to be killed? What's happening? So I show up to the club, I see this situation, I'm like, well, this looks like the worst. And they come up to me and they go, listen, you're going on last. You only have to do 10 minutes, and you'll know your time is up when you see the birthday cake coming up the side, and that's when you're just going to start singing happy birthday, and that's how the show's going to end. And I'm like, that sounds absolutely horrible. But I guess that's what we're doing, right? So I'm on stage, I'm doing the best that I can with 9 people in an empty cavernous comedy club, and it's going horribly. I'm bombing, of course I am. There's no other situation. And I feel like 10 minutes is coming up, so I'm trying to wrap up my set. So I asked the birthday girl, I'm like, excuse me, are you single or are you in a relationship? And she was kind of cool before, now she's no longer cool. She's like, I don't wanna. And I was like, whoa, easy, I'm not trying to hit on you or anything, I'm just trying to get into my last joke. Are you single or are you in a relationship? She's like, I don't wanna. And then a huddle breaks out between her and her friends, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then after like a 10-second, 15-second huddle, she pops up out of the huddle like a whack-a-mole. She just pops up, looks into my eyes, and just goes, I'm a widow. And I was like, yes. And that hit me right in the soul. And as soon as she got the last W out of widow, here comes the cake. So now I'm just like, I am happy birthday to you. And that was by a mile the worst show that I've ever done. So I really appreciate you guys just being here, honestly.
See him on Joy Bar Comedy. I want you to go absolutely crazy. Please welcome Zoltan Kaszas.
What is up, everybody? Yeah! I stood up. Thank you. That was so respectful. I felt like an ex-president right there. That gentleman stood up and clapped for me. Oh man, I'm kind of nervous now. Like I don't want to let that guy down now. Good Lord. Thank you, everybody. One more time for Jeremiah and Bob. Make it loud for them. So nice to be here. This is my first time here in Eugene. I've missed Eugene, Oregon on all my trips, and I'm glad it worked out. I've done Albany, Oregon. I've done that. That is how the show went. I've done that one. I was at a bowling alley, and I stayed at the Phoenix Inn next to the adult shop right off the freeway. No, exactly, yeah. That hotel came with the gig. In case you're wondering, like, why'd you pick that one? That's the one we wanted to pick, yeah. And then they gave us free drinks and said, drive on back. Don't worry, it's not like the state troopers station is right next to that hotel. But yeah, that was the first time I was like, that had to be 15 years ago. That was so long ago. That was back when you could have hired me for a bowl of soup. I was just trying to be a comedian, and somehow I got this booking at a bowling alley in Albany, Oregon. I think I paid $400, and I'm like, yeah. And I got a buddy of mine. I was like, come with me. He's like, I'm coming. And he opened for me. I think they paid me $400, and that was for me and him. That was the entire show, and one room that we shared at the Phoenix Inn. And we drove in a Honda Civic from San Diego, California, all the way up to Albany, Oregon. That was, once you pass, like, San Francisco, it starts getting all just, it was like moments where a buddy of mine is asleep, and then you're tired, and then you just see a semi-truck kind of weave, and you're like, oh my God, and then I'd weave, and then he wakes up, like, what happened? I'm like, nothing, man. I didn't want to tell him, you almost died, and I didn't want to tell him that. And then I had those moments on that side. But yeah, that show didn't go well. I remember that. It was just a bar in a bowling alley. No stage. It was just a corner. And they had one amp and a microphone. And the bartender was in charge. Have you been to this show? You're from you know this bowling alley. So you know I'm not making any of this up. So we show up, it's just a mic with a mic stand and one amp. And the bartender goes, you start the show there. And then my buddy had to start the show. And before we showed up, he's like, hey man, I brought a knife. And I was like, what'd you bring a knife for? He's like, just in case things get out of hand, I brought a knife. And I'm like, okay, that's good. That's probably a good idea. I was a young guy. I was like maybe 21. I don't know anything. And I was like, yeah, a knife's probably a good idea. And this guy was a 30-year-old alcoholic, so I'm like, I'm in good hands, you know? And I remember he did well, and then it was my set. I was headlining the bowling alley, and I had to go up there, and I immediately offended people because I said, I was like, well, we drove up, and it was a bunch of farmland. Your cows are looking a little thin, and that's all I said. I was like, kind of some methy-looking cows out there. You notice how that got a laugh? That's kind of a funny thing to say. Who calls cows methy, right? Like, I was like, that's a fun little thing to throw out there. And I just remember a guy in overalls going, your cows in California are full of steroids. Like, he was angry. And then the crowd started to turn on me. And by turn on me, they were never on my side. I just mean like it was more not on my side. And then I didn't know what to do, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, my buddy Joe has a knife in the back. In case any of you country bumpkins decide to get upset. And then my buddy Joe was like, what are you saying that I did? So now everyone's eyeballing him, and I honestly don't remember the rest of the set, but they didn't kill us. So it must have gone all right. Do they still do comedy at that bowling alley? All right. I'm actually happy to hear that. I am happy to hear that. Maybe my show was the last one. They're like, we don't need to do this to the good people of Albany. They don't need this. And then I got a speeding ticket on the way back. And that cost more than $400. So immediately lost any kind of money. I don't even know what the profits would have been with gas and food and driving up from San Diego, but whatever those profits were, they were dashed. And I remember my buddy tried to warn me. He's like, hey man, I've been through Oregon, and their speed limit is 65, and they drive it. And I was like, all right. And then I'm on the freeway, and everyone drives it. You guys do follow the speed limit. But we had just had a bad show at a bowling alley. I just wanted to get home. We had like a 17-hour drive or whatever to get back home, and I'm like, I stomped that. And as soon as I got it up to 80, it was like a windy little thing, and then there was a cop, and we made eye contact. And I was like, no! And he pulled me over. I didn't even have an argument. He came by, you guys have the troopers with the hat, with the belt on the back. That's impressive to hold a hat on. You're like, no, I just need a belt over just my head fat right back there. Just strap it onto my head gut, and that'll keep it in. And he came by and he goes, do you have any idea why I pulled you over? I'm like, I was going fast. And he's like, why were you going so fast? I'm like, I just bombed at a bowling alley. I was just trying to get the hell out of the state. That's all I was trying to do. I'm glad we get another swing at it. This is already... I like Eugene. Eugene's way better than... No offense. I mean, no knock on anyone who lives there. It's nice down here. I like it. Because, like, the further south you go, is this, like, the last city in Oregon before it just becomes Medford? Like, is that right? Because I've also worked Medford a lot, and... You know, Medford's the only town that I've told them, I'm like, hey, your town it's kind of a butt town here, right? And they were like, what are you talking about? Like, usually when you travel, like even in Albany, I was like, hey, you guys kind of have a little count town here, don't you? And they're like, yeah. Like, they understood who they were, you know, they understood where we were, they understood what was going on. But in Medford, it was like, what? How dare you? We vacation in Medford, how dare you? And they're like, no, you're talking about Grants Pass. Grants Pass is a bunch of hillbillies, not us here in Medford. And I had to let them know, I'm like, no, both of you. Both of you, you don't get to make that distinction. Both of you. Both of you. But yeah, I like it. We drove down from Portland today. That was a fun little drive. It's like you guys are the only ones that still have like hitchhikers. That's awesome. This is like the only place in the country where you drive on the interstate and there's just a guy, just like a hermit with a giant backpack, just walking down the interstate, and you're like, yeah, what? We're not near anything. Like you're far between exits. You're like, where's the plan? I'm not gonna pull over and ask, but that's there. And you're like, wow, this is like out of a Jack Kerouac novel or something. It looks less sexy when you see it in person. In the novels, it looks so beautiful and whimsical, and you're like, I'm riding the rails, and you're like, that guy's walking in the rain. That looks less adventurous. But... One more time for Jeremiah, everybody. That's awesome. I told him, I'm like, man, it's a hot crowd. And he's like, no, it's me. I was like, that's a good line. He had one in the chamber ready to roll, man. So good to be here. Thank you guys for coming out on a Sunday. We're here. Eugene. It's beautiful, man. It's my first time here. And I don't know what's going on, but I like it. All right? I got to learn a little bit about Oregon because we started in Portland, and I've been through Oregon plenty of times, and I pretty much learned that like this is the last town you can go to before it just becomes Medford for the rest of it's the last one. And I've done many shows in Medford, and oh boy. And I liked it. They were just the only town that I've ever performed in. When I told them, like, oh yeah, it's kind of sucks here, right? And they were like, what? Like because like that's like a comedian thing. You travel around, and sometimes you're in big cities, sometimes small ones, sometimes little butt towns, and you're like, yeah, it's a little butt town out here, isn't it? And they're like, no, this is where we come to vacation. And I'm like. And they'd be like, you're thinking of Grants Pass. And I'm like, no, you both suck. It's both of you. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah, they still do shows at Chadwick's Pub at the Rogue River Regency in Medford. Yeah, if you're ever there, get a room there. I've seen the police there a lot. It was always a fun gig, but yeah. I remember the one time I went, and I was like, I wanted to do something fun and educational. Like, I like to go to museums and stuff. And they had a tour in Grants Pass for, like, to see the river, the Rogue River, on a speedboat, like on a jet boat kind of thing. And on the website, they're like, come take a tour of the historic Rogue River on a jet boat, and it made it look educational. I was like, hell yeah, we just showed up. It's not. It's just like a muscle car on the water, and there's a guy with a headset, and he's mainly talking about the engine. That's what he's. We got a double carburetor, 8-cylinder. And, like, sometimes he would talk about stuff, and he's like, oh, we're gonna open up all the cylinders now. And he would point out educational stuff here and there, but it would be mostly about him doing donuts. That he would yell shake and bake, and then that meant he was going to do a donut, and we're all going to get wet. And so it was bizarre. He'd just be going like, hey, oh, you see there's a bald eagle right there. Everyone get your cameras out. Just get a picture of that bald eagle. Everyone get that picture? Yeah? Shake and bake! And then we'd go a little bit down further and be like, oh, you see that bridge right there? That was built in like 1852. Lewis and Clark walked over it or something. I don't know. And get a good picture of that. That's a good bridge right there. All right, ready? Shake and bake! Do another one. And then I remember it got sad. There was a moment where a little girl started crying in the front of the boat, and he was like, what's wrong? What happened up there? And someone's like, she got stung by a bee. And you're like, oh no, don't worry, I got an ice pack. And he just passed up like a bottle. It was just a can of Bud Light that he had in a cooler. He's holding an ice pack. And I'm just watching this can of Bud Light go to the front of the boat, and they just held it on this little girl's arm for her bee sting, and it was all somber on the boat. And after a few minutes, he's like, "How's she doing up there?" And then there was a thumbs up from some guy in the front that she's doing better. He's like, "All right, shake and bake." One more. And so yeah, I like all of Oregon, but there's all these, there's all these different parts. I'm still trying to get the vibe of Eugene. This is where Nike started, right? Nike? All right. Is that okay? I like it. I brought it up, and you guys were like, "We don't talk about that." All right. You guys were like, "I didn't know he was going to make it political." I don't even know if Nike's political, but you never know these days. I like Nikes. I wear those. Thank you. You guys are so jazzed for a Sunday. This is so interesting because we did this is the Late Show, by the way. I do, the Late Show started at 6:30 or 40. We did, and then we sold it out, and so that we added a 3. They're like, "You want to add a 3 o'clock?" And I was like, "Is that legal?" And they're like, "Yeah, we can add a 3." People showed up, people canceled their naps and canceled their afternoon naps, and they're like, "Let's go." You just pointed at 2 nappers. I love that. I was gonna take a nap, but I knew that I wouldn't wake up in time. I love people that come to see me, because that's I was in Portland on Friday, and we did 2 shows there, and the late one started at 9:45, and so it was very late. And I know my people, and I told them, I was like, "Next time I come back, this 9:45 show we'll do it 4 p.m. And the entire it was a theater. I just yelled "charge" at January 6th. There's a guy dressed like a yak, and I'm like, "Where the hell did that guy come from?" That's what my people. We'll charge for a 4 o'clock show. Like, let's do it early, man.
Hello, this is Zoltan Kaszas, and the year is 2025. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that mind-blowing? If you were just sent in from the past to the future, and this is how you're finding out the year, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. What the hell am I talking about? The point of this is I am on tour all year. It's what I do. A bunch of cities. I'm very excited to hit them all. If you'd like to see if I'm coming to a town near you, go to my website, zoltancomedy.com. There also might be a link in this video, maybe right over my eyes. I don't know what the editor is going to do with this. It could be in the description, what have you. But if it's not, zoltancomedy.com. Hit the shows tab, go down the list of shows, see if I'm coming to a town near you, and come see me so I can continue being a comedian, and I don't have to go get a job where I'm a horrible employee. I've been told many times by numerous bosses. So please come out and see me and keep the dream alive.
Ready for your headliner tonight. You came here to see him. Put your hands together for Zoltan Kaszas.
What's up, everyone? Yeah? All right. Thank you. One more time for Ray. Make him feel welcome. There he is. How's it going, Peter? Good to see you. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We sold out the Shank. All right. Thank you. I hope everyone has a seat. If you don't, I'm sorry. But there's a bunch of people there. Wow, I remember the first time we came, and there was a lot of seats available. And so it's nice. We sold out tomorrow, too. That's so good. I'm still surprised when people show up. You know, do you ever think life is just a big prank on you? And you're like, oh no, like a birthday party, everyone's RSVP'd, and then you just have that bad dream. You're like, what if no one shows? And it's just me in the backyard with my own cake. I have that thought about showing up and then no one's here. It's just me and a bartender going, what do we do? And I'm like, start drinking, apparently, because this is sad. But thank you guys so much for coming. This is my first show of the new year, and I already, yeah.
Yeah, ready to shake off some holiday rust. I flew in today and I got a migraine immediately. I haven't had a migraine in so long. And don't worry, I've taken 3 Advil. I've been drinking nothing but water. And before I came up here, I'm like, I might faint. And so if that does happen, it's not a bit, all right? Send help, okay? I don't want some moment where like, oh, he's getting real experimental. Trying out some physical comedy. Usually he just stands in place, but he's getting a little more, No. EMTs immediately. And I did get health insurance this year, but it doesn't kick in until February, so like, the cheaper hospital, please, all right? But I like it. I like coming out here because it's California on fire, and you guys the opposite. Isn't that nice? Isn't that so cool? You're like, oh, we could use some of this out there. A little dusting of I feel like snow would put out fire, right? A little bit. That would put out some fire. Isn't that weird? That's how the world works. Like, most of the country's just frozen. California's on fire. And it's like, man, if we could have a little of that here and a little of this heat over there, we could have a nice winter right there. It's kind of like when you're in public and you see, like, a guy with, like, no chin and then, like, another guy with, like, too much chin. And then you're like, man, if we could take some of that guy's chin and give it to that guy, we could have 2 normal-looking fellas here. But instead, we have a cartoon in front of us, you know? So yeah, it's I'm glad to be out of there. I'm glad that we're here for the weekend. San Diego's fine, but I've been watching the LA fires, and it's crazy. A lot of celebrities lost their homes, which I'm not a fan of anyone losing their homes. Like, I read the list of the celebrities that have lost their homes, and like a lot, I feel bad for all of them, but there are some that I feel less bad for. I feel guilty even saying that out loud, but I was reading the list and I felt bad for all of them, but there was varying degrees of the amount. Like, I was reading the list and like Mandy Moore lost her house. I'm like, I like Mandy Moore. She never did nothing to nobody. She's just a sweet girl. She wants to sing her pop songs, do a little acting. Let her do some acting. And she lost her house. I'm like, I feel bad for Mandy Moore. And then I read Paris Hilton. I'm like, all right, like, I still felt bad, but I'm like, oh, that's bad, you know? She has a lot of places she can stay, you know? Her last name's Hilton. I don't know if you know why she has that last name. There's a lot of places to go. I would feel worse if her last name was La Quinta Inn and Suites. Like, I'd be like, oh no, she's gonna stay at a La Quinta. But those are nice hotels that she has to go to. And then I read Billy Crystal lost his house. I'm like, I like Billy Crystal. I watched all of City Slickers, watched both of them. He hosted the Oscars all those years. Incredibly talented, sing, dance. He's funny. I love Billy Crystal. I'm like, I don't want him to lose his house. And then I read Ben Affleck lost it, and I was like, you know, like, I don't know what it is about Ben Affleck, but when he's sad, I'm happy. I don't know what Ben Affleck did to anybody, but just when he's miserable, I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, every time he like slammed the door on J-Lo and was like, I'm like, nice. That's what. I don't know what that man did, but when he's happy, I'm not, and when he's bummed out, I'm like, good. You know? But yeah. I was watching all the fires. They kept doing press conferences. That's my favorite part of a natural disaster. They just keep doing press conferences. They feel like, oh, the people need the information. But there's no information. Just the mayor comes out in his work jacket. That's all that. That's my favorite part of natural disasters is politicians have to put on their work clothes to talk to the public. Like they're out there doing the stuff, you know? Like the mayor of Pasadena put on this like tactical fire jacket. It said mayor on it. It was like he just got down hosing something off. Like, I gotta get back out there, but I just wanted to give you some information. That's my favorite. Like remember, I forget, it was probably like a hurricane or something in Florida, but DeSantis put on his big white boots. Do you remember that? But he was like, is this what working people wear? Yeah. He should fire his whole staff, because his whole staff is like, yeah, that's what working people wear, man. Just white boots, knee-high. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to want to tuck your jeans into those. That's what you should do. And then they come out. I'm one of the people. And they're like, dude, you're not doing nothing, all right? You cut the budget. That's why we're in this mess. So I love watching the press conferences. I love the interpreters. They always have a sign language interpreter next to the press conference. And I don't know, like I've watched so many of them, and they're all different interpreters, and they're all crazy with, like, they're so into it. And it's weird because I've seen people talk in sign language in real life, and it's not like that. I don't know if you've ever been out in public and watched two people communicate with sign, but it's just discreet. It's just, you know, and I'm like, oh, they're speaking in sign language. That's kind of neat. You don't see that every day. But on the press conference, it's just blah, 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 blah. It's almost like condescending. I think like it feels like they're mocking the person talking. Like the mayor's like, we have help coming. Oh, they have help coming. Like it's like their version of an eye roll, you know? Like there's nothing we could have done to prevent it. She says there's nothing they could have done to prevent any of it. Yeah. I'm glad you guys laughed at these. Might be easier because it's snowing outside. I don't know. I thought of these on the plane right out here. Man, it's been a wild year. And we just got started. We're like 11 days in. 11 days in, and it's already fires and drones and terrorists. I didn't know they had New Year's resolutions. Did you? We're like, well, I'm going to the gym tomorrow. Like, I gotta do something horrible tomorrow. And you're like, you're not supposed to have New Year's resolutions. That's for us. There's terrorists out there. I didn't even, the guy that blew up the Cybertruck in front of the Trump thing, remember that? I forgot that there can just be bad terrorists. Like, you can be bad at terrorism. Like, he tried to hurt lots of people. He killed nobody but himself. He barely hurt the truck. I think the truck's gonna be okay. I think they're like, yeah, we'll put a new tailgate on it. That'll be all right. Like, that's so embarrassing. I wonder if he's embarrassed, like, in the afterlife. Like, he's like, I wonder if the other terrorists give him a hard time. Like, you didn't even kill anybody. And he's like, I tried. Like, can you imagine that? Like, you give up your life. You're like, oh, I'm going to kill everybody. Then, boom! And then all that happens is, like, an insurance adjuster comes out. Everyone's fine. There's just a State Farm car parked. Taking photos. Writing in his clipboard, yep, here's your check. You can fix your awning. You'll be all right. It'd be so embarrassing, man. Oh, yeah. So that's been the year. That's so far. We're 10 days in, and I hope it gets boring quick. I hope every day from here until the arrest just be boring. I'm ready for a good boring year of like, what happened? Nothing. Just weather, and then it was fine. I don't know. We're just going to keep giggling until it comes here. I'm glad we don't own. That's what I was glad. We rent a place, and I'm like, and the people say, don't rent, because it's bad. You're throwing your money away, which is true. But if the house catches on fire, I'll be like, well, get out of there. And then once we leave, we're like, I guess we're done there. And then mosey on. Good luck with that, Judith. It's my landlord's name, Judith. She's a nice lady. I don't want her to be stuck with a bill, but also, you know, 'tis the risk of homeownership. But yeah, I've had a great time here. I came in yesterday, and I like it. It feels warm. You guys feel like a flannel shirt. That's what Milwaukee feels like. I've been here like 4 times, and I just feel comfortable. I just want to put on a flannel shirt and get a beer. I want to watch a game. I wish I'm enjoying doing the show, but also if we didn't have a show right now, I'd love to be at a bar looking at a giant TV and just eating cheese curds and having Miller High Lifes. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Like, you guys, Wisconsin is the most alcohol consumption, I believe, in the universe. I think that was an article that came out in the news. They're like, no, we went to other planets, and they're not even close. But here's the thing, though. You guys keep it chill. Like, it's not a wild city. You guys are hammered, but everyone's just, hi. You guys drink like you keep it together, like, because if you don't, someone's going to make you stop or something, you know? That's how you guys drink. Like, I got a buddy back home. He drinks a ton. My buddy Dane, he drinks a lot, but he's never a problem. And I'm like, how are you never a problem? And he's like, I just don't want my wife to make me quit. So I always keep it together. And I'm like, you know, that's what they're doing in Wisconsin. That's an entire state of people keeping it together. And I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you for doing that. But yeah, I had a good day. Went to, I'm not staying at this hotel, but I had breakfast there. I keep getting the name wrong. The Pfister. Yeah, we went over there. I'm not staying at that fancy hotel, but I'm down the street, and I was looking up a breakfast place, and I'm like, I'll go to another hotel to have breakfast. I have no shame in leaving my hotel. And they're like, would you like the free continental? I'm like, no, I'm going to a better one right over there. So I went over there, beautiful hotel. They got the painting on the thing. The restaurant was wonderful. Like, it was very slow service. I think they only had one server, and this poor lady had to work with everybody. And then I looked, and it was like the most elderly restaurant I've ever seen. Everyone was like in their 80s and 90s, and they all knew the server. They're like, oh, yeah, this is my son, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, did I accidentally walk into like a retirement home lunch? Like, what? That's what it felt like. Like, I accidentally, and I'm like, I'm not sure that I'm not. I'm sure they just sat me. They're like, oh, he must be waiting for his Nana to come down from upstairs. I'm like, did I walk into the wrong place? Oh, man. But yeah, had a good day. Did a lot of nothing. That's what I did. I thought about going to the gym, and then I didn't. But that counts, right? If you think about it, I packed 2 days worth of workout clothes. Like, I was going to work out yesterday and today. None of that happened. I'm going to be bringing back 2 very clean pairs of workout shirts, and my wife's going to be like, wait, you didn't work out? No, we had a FaceTime call at noon, and that blew my day. I was thinking about going to the gym, and then she called me, and we FaceTimed for 30 minutes. I'm like, well, that's the gym right there. I was going to walk on the elliptical for a minute, you know? That was a big yawn you just let out. Good Lord, did you just get out of work, buddy? I thought you were laughing at me saying, what's that? I work third shift. I woke up a couple hours. Oh, dear God, you're a real, I'm guessing this was your idea to come here. You are, give that man a round of applause. Working graveyard shift.
You work third shift too. Third shift too.
Why are you doing okay? Oh, you're just genuinely excited to see me, and he works third shift, but it was her idea.
Flipped over.
You just what?
I just flipped over a month ago.
What'd you do?
I flipped over the third a month ago.
You flipped over the you're using insider terms with me, buddy. You're over here using terms that they use at the mill, and I don't know. You're like, I just flipped into third shift a month ago, and I'm like, are we talking about motorcycles? What are we talking about? Where do you work? Asphalt company. You're making asphalt?
No, I'm a diesel mechanic.
You're a diesel mechanic at an asphalt company. Every sentence out of you is more manlier than the last. That is amazing. I thought making asphalt was already manly, and he's like, I'm about to add diesel to it, all right? That is awesome. Yeah, yawn away, buddy. You're doing real work. I'm over here like, I had a headache earlier. If I go down, it's not part of the act. And you're like, I haven't slept since Tuesday, all right? Oh, man. It is the easiest job. I don't know why I complain about travel, because it is just a lot of sitting. If you think about it, like, my life, there's not that much. Like, I was in bed. I woke up at 4 a.m. I was laying down, and then my alarm went off, and I had to sit up. And then I had to get up, and I had to walk over to an Uber and sit down. And then I got to the airport, I had to get up, get onto the plane, then I had to sit down. Then I landed here, I got up, got in another Uber, sat down. Then I got to the hotel, I'm like, man, I gotta take a nap, dude. Listen, I don't know what's going on at the asphalt plant, but that was a lot of sit and stand and sit and stand. Make up your mind, you know? But yeah, it was a good holiday. I very much enjoyed it. Saw my family, hung out with my mom. It was smooth. Christmas was smooth. No political arguments. We did get into a giant fight because I almost paid $3.99 to rent a movie on Amazon Prime.
Is that anyone else's family, or is that just my mom? What was that? You would have thought I brought up the election. I was like, let's watch Dumb and Dumber. And she's like, you're not going to pay $3.99? And I was like, why wouldn't I? And she started yelling, just yelling at me. And I'm like, I'm going to pay this $3.99. And then she's like, just buy it then. I'm like, all right, I'll buy it. She goes, $12.99? You're not buying that? I love my mom, but she's, she's old school. She's like, we don't pay for anything. I'm like, you used to take me to Blockbuster. How much was that? She goes, I don't remember. I was like, I think it was probably $3.99. I don't know. And then they charge you more because you didn't rewind. Became a whole situation. Anyway, last thing I want to say is I want to thank you guys for helping me sell out tonight and last night. That meant a lot to me. It's the most amount of tickets we've sold here in Milwaukee. Thank you so much. There is someone that's not here with us this time around. One of my biggest fans lived out here, Darlene. My cat, Happy Endings Cat Rescue. Darlene ran that. Hey, thank you guys so much for coming. Yeah, and Darlene was the president. Yeah, she was the president. And every time I would come to Milwaukee, she was the only fan that would email me every couple weeks and ask me how the tickets were selling. And she'd be like, how are the tickets selling for Milwaukee? And I'd give her an update. She goes, I'll tell more people. And just the absolute sweetest person, and she would come to both shows, and she would send shots up, and just the biggest fan, such a supporter, such a sweet lady, and unfortunately she passed away last year, and so she's not here with us, but she would be so pumped to know that we sold out 2 shows. So cheers to Darlene, and good night, everybody.
His special on YouTube, Honorary Jones, is about to hit 1 million views. I want you to go absolutely bananas. Put your hands together for Zoltan Kaszas.
Sunday, we're doing it. Very exciting. You can clap a little, but that's all right. We're here together. Thank you so much for coming out. One more time for Bob, everybody. Make it loud. I love that guy. So he always gives me the best introductions. He gets it all mellow and you're like, is he? That's how he is all the time, by the way. Someone asked him, the waitress asked him yesterday, she's like, what do you normally drink? What do you, Topo Chico? He's like, no, I don't drink coffee. And we couldn't tell if he was serious or messing with her. And today he's like, I thought she said cappuccinos. And then I'm like, wait, we're missing the main part. You don't drink coffee? You look like you're built on coffee. And he's like, no, I don't drink it, just cold water in the morning. That's what that guy does. He wakes up, says hello to his 2 dogs, takes a cold glass of water, probably does some squats, just some, I'm assuming, naked squats. Maybe I'm assuming, I don't know. But thank you guys so much for coming out on a Sunday. I really appreciate it. We're here, we're doing it. There's a lot of things to do on a Sunday. Mainly the best part is nothing, and you decided to do something, and I really appreciate that. We're here downtown in the basement of a brick building in a place that I think brick buildings are illegal. I don't think they're allowed, right? That's not earthquake safe. We live near the fault lines, I think. And they're like, yeah, just put a brick building with 1 exit up the stairs. Nothing can go wrong. What are the odds, right? What are the odds? And I'm sure some of you are like, shut up, all right? If my wife was here, she'd be like, knock on wood right now. My wife's very superstitious. I knock on wood every day for no reason. I'd be like, I haven't been sick in a while. That's pretty good. Knock on wood immediately. Oh, thank God. Hey, our landlord's been pretty fair. Knock on wood. What if she turns into a psycho? And I'm just knocking on wood left, right, and center. But it's so good to be here. I like downtown. I've been gone for a year and a half in New York City. We just moved back a couple weeks ago. And yeah, thank you. Back in San Diego, and we're enjoying it, loving it. It's nice to be back where the weather's just good all the time. Because I got to learn in New York that seasonal depression is real. I had, growing up here, it's something you hear about, but you're like, what? You get sad because the sun goes away? Bunch of losers, dude. You get sad because the sun goes away? Yeah, that's exactly how that happens. That is exactly, I had no idea. I grew up here pretty much my whole life. I never pieced it together that all my joy came from the sun. I never pieced it together that sometimes I'd be in my house sad and then I'd come outside and the sun would be like, how you doing, buddy? Were you sad in there? Worrying about life? Let me sizzle those worries away. That's not what the clouds do. You come outside, the clouds are like, everything you're worried about is true. All right. And you're like, oh my God. That's where the vitamin D comes in, Like if you see someone with a lot of moles, that's not bad. That's just happiness receptors soaking in the vitamin D. Like that's a happy person. That's why they have a lot of moles. Moles and freckles means that's a happy person right there. I think that's true. Like if you see a lot of people in therapy, not a lot of freckles and moles on that person. And you're like, get outside, get a little. It's not a cure-all, but it can help. A little dopamine hit, and you're like, it's gonna be all right. But yeah, it's nice down. I like it. I like downtown. Downtown's always. People always say like, oh, it's so scary down here. It is, but it always was. It's not a new development here that, have you seen what's going on downtown? Yeah, what year is it? All right, I've watched historical documentaries of San Diego. It's always been like this down here, and they keep trying to make it good, and they should stop. Like, they put the ballpark here in 2003, I think, in 2003, and they're like, that'll fix it, and it didn't, and they're like, what if we put a bunch of condos? Didn't work. Stop trying. Just let it be what it is, okay? It's a place you come and you park and you're like, we'll see if the car's still there. When we get back, we'll come back on the buddy system. It'll be all right, It's like the opening of Les Miserables up there. Just Jean Valjean running down the street, the loaf of bread and a syringe, Glad you guys could laugh at that on a Sunday, the Lord's Day. I like it. People are drinking. I love that. Last night I was doing the Late Show, 10:45. Someone was having tea right there. Just warm tea. Like they were reading by a fireplace or something. Just go on with your yarns, No knock if anyone's having tea. My wife's a tea drinker. Tea's good for you. I just don't like it. Tea has there's such a short window where it's drinkable. It's either like burn your lips off hot and you're like, that's not ready. And then you come back and you're like, it's cold. This is me with most teas. Oh, this is done. And then I pour it out. Like that window is so small. It's like the freshness of a croissant. There's like 45 seconds where that croissant is fresh. And then you're like, oh, it's dry as hell. I like that croissants are like a classy food, like they're supposed to be, but then every time I'm done, I just look like a psycho. Ooh, I'm having a croissant flake everywhere. I have to brush it off like I'm cleaning up a murder scene. It's messy, but it's very nice to be here. It's been hectic. It's been a hectic couple weeks. We're moving in, settling in, doing a bunch of stuff. We went to World Market. I don't know what World Market does. I don't know if you guys have been to a World Market. It's weird. Yeah, a couple people are wooing. All right, someone's an investor in the back. In World Market. Everybody, go by. We have 2 locations, Lemon Grove and La Jolla. 10 a.m. to 6. Go check them out. Free loading zone. You can load up right there. World Market's weird because they don't have, their identity is everything from not here. That's their identity. But you need to narrow it down more than that. That's not enough narrowing, Like, they'll have furniture there. We bought a chair there, but then right behind it, there's like gummy bears from Germany. And you're like, what are you trying to do here, World Market? Like, some of you are like, we gotta go check out this world market. See what's going on over there. But yeah, it's been hard moving in. I just got to deal with all the boxes. That's what it is. I don't think men get enough respect for what we do during the moving process. Not just moving stuff, but then the new furniture comes in, and my wife's like, yeah, put it there. That's perfect. Get rid of these boxes. And then I'm like, you realize this is harder than everything going on in there. I don't know what you guys are doing with your boxes, but I have 2 tiny recycle bins, and I'm like, that's not enough recycle bin for what I got going on here. I'm storing trash for the winter, and I'm like, we'll get it next week. They don't even pick up recycling every week. It's every other week, so I gotta store boxes and be like, please take them. And sometimes they don't take it if the lid's like this instead of like this, so I'm over there like trying to slam it in. For the love of God, I don't have room for this cardboard. That's my life. Every time we get a new item from Amazon, my wife's like, ooh, the coffee table's here. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with that box? There's no room. My wife's like a serial killer, and I gotta dispose of the bodies. I'm like, the graves are full, madam. I don't have anywhere else to put them. We had to go to the landfill. Finally, it got so much, I'm like, we gotta go. I think we have to go to the landfill. We gotta go to the source to drop these off. We can't deal with these middlemen anymore. We got to go to the source. And we went, and I'd never been to a landfill before. I never knew how it worked. I never looked it up. I don't know if you know this, but we're just burying our trash over there. That's all we're doing. That's how long have human beings been around? We're sending stuff to space. We're putting computer chips in people's brain, and trash is still like, I don't know, just bury it, dude. Just, like, that's the best we've come up with. There's an environmentalist. Hell yeah. Like, we're figuring it out. That's the best we've come up with. Because we showed up to the landfill. It's me and a bunch of other cars. Our car's full of cardboard. And I looked at these guys. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing what I do at home. Like, my wife comes to me and goes, make this disappear. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Now we're coming to them, and I'm sure they're like, where the hell are we supposed to put all this crap? Just bury it, dude. Just bury it. Well, it's full. We'll stamp it down. They run it over with like big trucks. That's what I'm doing in my driveway, just stomping out a cardboard box, rolling my ankle. You ever roll your ankle while you're trying to stomp out a cardboard box? You're like, why is this 6-ply? Just give me... Man, I'd pay double for a TV if they took the box away. I don't know. I'd be like, how much for you to take the box? And they're like, that's out of our jurisdiction. You figure that out. We'd lose money if we took the box. I learned so much about the landfill. I watched a whole video of how the landfill works before we got there, because I need to know how things work before I show up, because I don't want some guy with a name thing like sewn in. You just pointed at him, you look things up. Yeah, I don't want to show up and then just have some like manly dude at the landfill with his name sewn on his shirt being like, what? This isn't where styrofoam goes. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'll leave. So I watched a whole video of how the landfill works. It was put out by the county. It was some propaganda how the trash isn't that bad. And they're like, we grow leaves over the, we bury it, and then birds come by, and then they nest over the landfill, and then they die soon. But it's better for the environment. But I learned so much. I learned that like once we bury our trash, and as it decomposes, it creates methane gas, which is it can explode. So they added in these pipes from the bottom to come out so all the trash farts can come out and we don't explode. And I know enough about humans to know that we've never done anything preventatively. Like that means like there's a town somewhere that disappeared because they didn't know and they just buried it, and then I'm like, oh my God, we gotta ease out the trash farts. We don't want another Douglasville on our hands. I'm assuming it was a Douglasville. But yeah, we moved back. It's nice. It's nice. We have more space now. We were living in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in Brooklyn, and now we have a 2-bed, 2-bath little house in North Park. And it's nice. We have 2 bathrooms now, so there's no argument over who's going, you know? Like, that used to be an argument on the way back. You're like, do you really need to go, or is this something that can wait? And you're like, my teeth are floating, dude. I'm putting it down. I gotta get in there. But now we have 2 bathrooms. That's so we just go in, do a double high five, and then we run down different ends of the hallway. Then we meet in the living room to discuss what happened, you know? That's how close my marriage is. We talk about what happened in there. And we're like, we need more fruit, all right? We're going to the farmer's market on Wednesday, OB. I need some of that good fruit. Let's drive a come, man. I love it. We have a nice house, a lot of windows. There's a canyon, but there's people on the other side of the canyon. But I like to be naked at home, and I just tell myself, they can't see from there. You ever do that? You ever just want? I'm like, I want to go get juice. Why do I have to put on pants to go get juice? No, this is the rent's high. I'm going out there, butt cheeks out. I mean, I put a shirt on, but no pants. So just. That's how I grew up around a house. You put on a big shirt and then nothing else. And you just don't reach for anything high, and everything's fine, and you just tease the neighbors with the little crease right under your cheeks, and they're like, are we about to see gold? No. Daddy's not reaching for the Ovaltine today, fellas, sorry. I don't know who the hell I'm talking to, by the way, when I say that. We don't even have Ovaltine at the house. I think I just wish I did. That's what I like. I like a good long night shirt, just kind of walk around. My wife hates it. She's like, please put on some clothes. And I'm like, no, this was the whole part of living, is to be comfortable. Look at you, you finished a YouTube video. I'm proud of you. You know, I normally don't finish YouTube videos. I watch 30 seconds, then I'm on to something else, then I grab something to eat, but not you. You're not a quitter, and I appreciate that. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And also go to zoltancomedy.com and see where I'm performing. Come see me live. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm in a rental car. This is where I live. Hotels, rental cars, highways, byways, planes, trains, and automobiles. This is supposed to be a short video. Thank you for watching. zoltancomedy.com.
You're on stage at the last show and you're like, see your Trump got shot in the ear? And the world is so weird that that is actually a news story that didn't surprise me. If you saw the video, that was insane. It looks like an 80s action movie. He got up, there's blood, and he goes, "Ah!" I'm waiting for end credits to come up. Missing in Action 8 was the end of that. Oh my god. He just made him into an 80s action hero. And you know he's gonna play it up. The next time he's at the debate. Couldn't hold me down. It was wild, dude. That is crazy. I was trying to remember the last time there was an assassination. Wasn't that Reagan in the 80s? Was that the last one? I wonder if a comedian had to go on stage that day. I was trying to think of the people that have done this job in the past. Like who? Like Yakov Smirnoff or someone had to go on stage. What a country! It's crazy.
Washington, D.C. Cue the patriotic music. Now, do you have something more whimsical? That's good. I like that one. Washington, D.C., home of the White House and the Capitol. Spelled T-O-L at the end, not T-A-L. Just next time you text that, you don't want to look dumb. Also home to the Washington Monument pointy thing, and the Pentagon, and that weird jail cell looking thing that they put Lincoln in, and that big dumb pond that Forrest Gump gives a speech in front of. All the good stuff is in Washington, D.C., and so was I. Also, I want to note that this drone footage you're looking at, I didn't shoot this. This is just free on the internet. It could be AI. I'm not sure. I'm recording this before it's even created. My manager Mark is editing this together, and he's trying to keep up with all the dumb things I'm saying. Anyway, just cut to some more stand-up. Oh, thank you guys so much for coming out. This is I've been coming to this club for a few years, and I love it. I hope it never changes. I like it. It just feels rustic, you know? It feels like comedy was shoehorned into a place where someone was like, comedy will never work here. This room isn't built for it. And you're like, you'll see. And even when they finished building, the owner was like, I told you. Like, I told you. It's weird. It's a weird setup, but I like it. This is like olden times, you know? Like I just came in from out of town and like, the revolution starts tomorrow. And you're like, I went to a meeting under a hotel. And this is how we knew when to show up and what to bring. I like that kind of feel to it, because some of the comedy clubs, they all look the same. It just feels like I'm performing at a Cheesecake Factory. But not this one. This one, I like the feeling where you're like, my check might not clear. You know, like that. But it always does. It always does. Every time I come here, it does. But every time they hand it to me, man, I'm like, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if I don't have a call with Bank of America on Monday. And I never do. I never do, because they run a good business here. But I love the feel of it. This is how it should be. Real brick walls. That's not a fake one that they put up in the lobby of a hotel. Oh, we need brick. That's where comedy happens, in front of a brick. This is real brick from back in the day. Back in the olden times. I like it. This is why I like the East Coast. There's history here. I grew up in the West Coast. Nothing happened there. Nothing happened in the West. I grew up in San Diego. I think that town started in like 2003 or something. There's no historical tours in San Diego. It's just some guy like, oh, you see that Jamba Juice? Yeah, that used to be a Blockbuster. So, take notes, have a photo. But I like it. I like the old brick. I like DC. It's got such a good, it feels so important, you know? So important. There's stuff going on and people running. There's so many people in suits in a hurry. Like, oh, my legislation. Like, they all look like they're in a hurry to something. Doesn't everybody? Oh, they close at 4. Everyone's gonna die if I don't get this folder into the right guy. Everything just feels, oh, it's so cool. I don't know. Like I'm staying at a hotel across from the hotel I think all the NATO people are staying at. Yeah, NATO's in town. They're on tour. NATO's on tour, man. They shut it down. It's like the Beatles are in town. They had to set up all the equipment, you know? It's blocked. My street is blocked off. Like, I came in on an Uber yesterday, and my Uber couldn't get to my hotel because there was a giant Humvee and unmarked government vehicles, which are extra terrifying. Where it's like, should we put decals on these? They're like, no, let them wonder. Let them wonder what branch we are affiliated with. And so my Uber had to drop me off like 2 blocks away, and he's like, is this good? And I'm like, no. Like, I'm supposed to walk towards a Hummer with just a backpack on, and think that's gonna go well? Like, I'm staying at that hotel, gentlemen. It's just so, I don't know. It's so important, man. Everyone's here, all of them. Zelensky's probably wearing camouflage still. Is he here? Probably. Oh no, because he's not. He's trying to get into it, right? He's here. All right, cool. I like how quiet it got. Like, what? I like that guy. He's a former comedian and he wears camouflage because his country's at war, which I think is cool. But he's not, you know. But he's in it. But he's not, you know. He's in it, but he's not in it. It's like weird to put on camo and then sit down at a laptop. Put on my fresh Under Armour for the war. It's kind of like when you get your house renovated and you all the construction workers are running around and you're like, I should put on my Wranglers for today. And you just walk around and you're like, yeah, that's where the kitchen goes. I don't know. Don't get uptight. I'm sure he would find that funny. He's a former comedian. He's like, I do wear camouflage. That is true. It's just a good feel. I like it. I like the important feeling of this town. Even though, you know, it's weird. Like I was working in Canada, in Vancouver, the day after the last debate. And yeah, that's a fun time to visit a new country, you know? I went up there, and I don't know if you guys feel the way I do, but I don't think other countries should be allowed to watch our debates. I think that's private, okay? That's like our home movies. That's for us. You don't even get to vote, all right? That's for us. That's like a rival coach looking at game film that they illegally, you know, like Belichick would do that. I don't think they should be allowed. You know how like Canada has their own Netflix and they don't get to watch all the shows we watch? You don't get to watch the debates like we do. No. It was interesting, that's for sure. And there's a lot of good put downs, like Biden called Trump. He's like, you have the integrity of an alley cat, which was my favorite. That was my favorite put down of the entire thing, because I could see on his face, he's like, hell yeah. Like, bless his heart, he thought that was a good one. He's like, he thought he was on the set of Happy Days putting Potsy down or something. Like, you have the integrity of the alley cat. Oh. I'm gonna go see what the Fonz is up to. Malarkey! It was fun. Like, it was weird to watch, because I wasn't fully paying attention. I had taken an edible, and so I was watching it in soft focus. Like when you're watching something, but your eyes aren't sharp, but you see it, you get it, but it's a soft focus. And I was looking at the debate with a soft focus, and I'm like, from the outside, it just looks like the oldest person in the country's punishment is to be the president. Like, that's the rules in America. Like, you have to do it. Huh? I don't wanna. Did Meredith die? What happened? And then the other guy's the next oldest, and he's like, oh no, it's just both of them making their best case to go, not me. Pick that guy. And they're just like, golf. For the love of God, don't pick me. I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to think about, I've been thinking about it a lot, Republicans and Democrats. It's pretty much mom and dad, if you think about it. Like, at its base, it's mom and dad. One's really worried about the budget. It's like, who's going to pay for this? And the other one's like, come on, let's do it. You got it, let's do it. Come on. Oh, he'll come around. But then your mom also wants you to be polite. Like, oh no, we don't say that in this household. But your dad's cheap, but like, you can cuss around him. He likes a good off-color joke. He'll be like, ha 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 ha. Don't say that around your mother, but that's a good one. But now it's weird, Now it's like mom and dad got a divorce. And now mom's like a non-binary vegan who hates men, and dad joined the Klan. And he thinks the earth is flat. And we're just over there like, I love you both, but... The reunion's gonna be weird. It's fun. It's fun to think about, I guess. I don't know. I love traveling. That's the best part of this gig, because you get to stop. It's like a mini vacation for me. I get to stop worrying about life at home, and I get to be here. And I'm at a weird hotel with bad Wi-Fi. You guys, the hotel prices in this city are outrageous. It's the most expensive all year round, all the time. It's never. I'm always like, "What is there an event? There's like NASCAR in town. Like, what's going on?" And it's like, no, it's $1,000 a night. That's what it is. So I've stayed at this hotel many times. Has anyone stayed at this hotel? No, don't. I mean that with all the love in my heart. This club is great. Good Lord, is it weird up there? I used to stay up there. And now I'm staying at another hotel, which is nicer, but still weird. It's an off-brand hotel. It's like a family that bought a building, and they're like, we're going to renovate it. I know a guy. And then, and you see what they did, and you're like, you cut a lot of corners, all right? There's just tile everywhere. Like, it's tile, and they ran it up the wall, which I've never seen before. I don't even think that's up to code. You're like, what happened in this room where they're like, just tile up the floor, just hose it out when they leave? I don't know what these people do in these rooms. Just run a hose in there. Burn the sheets. I don't know what they're doing in here. It's a bizarre setup. I don't know. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to... It's nice. Summer's hard. This is the hardest time to travel, because this is when everyone that doesn't travel travels. And I'm a professional. I do it all the time, so I know I have a nice, easy
slip on off shoes. I'm ready to go. You know, I'm ready to party. But like, I sat next to a creepy guy recently on a flight where I was flying to Florida, and this middle-aged dude, before we were taking off, he's on his phone, and he's just on Facebook zooming in on pictures of women's boobs, like right, different women, and zoomed right to the rack, just every time. And he's holding the phone here because of the eyesight, so I can see it without seeing it. You know, I'm just focusing on my own thing, and I'm like, what are you doing? And it's just boom, right to the, boom, right, hell yeah, wow, all right, America. Like, he's just zooming through. And then the plane starts taking off, like it starts to run down the runway, and he quickly puts his phone down and goes. And I was like, I wish I had the confidence to go, is that for the flight or the sinning? What was that for? I love, because we're all hypocrites, but it's fun to see it in real time like that. Usually there's a few hours in between where you can point out, didn't an hour ago you say this, but now you're doing that? But it's so quick. It's fun to see that in real time.
Hey there, thank you so much for watching my video. Is this too close? We're keeping it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, I'm gonna be on tour all year, 2024. Might be the last one. So, you know, go to zoltancomedy.com, look at the tour schedule. If you don't see your town, sign up for my mailing list. I promise I'm gonna try to come, and I'll see you out there on the road. Thank you.
Yes, we are in the back of a strip mall in Tampa. We're doing it. Oh, I love it. It feels so illegal, doesn't it? This is like back when Prohibition days, like comedy wasn't allowed. They were making it in a bathtub or something. You're like, pull into the strip mall. Oh, is it up front? No, it's in the back. Off to the side, parked by the stray cats. And then come on in. One more time for all the comics you've seen tonight. Make it loud for them. Steven and my buddy Dan and Frankie. I love that. I love the host, man. He's got good, terrifying energy, which I like. It's a lot of, we're gonna have a good time. He has a real Joaquin Phoenix and the Joker kind of vibe to him, right? Just a touch. He's got the goods, man. I like that. That's a guy you want on your side. I'll tell you right. I mean, he's a sweet guy. I like him very much. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I very much a big fan of your town. I like what you guys are doing here. All right? I'm a big fan of it. I think I like it because it reminds me of where I'm from. I grew up in San Diego, and San Diego and Tampa, there's a similar vibe. It's slightly different, but it's there. You know, it's like San Diego's more Tony Hawk, and you guys are Hulk Hogan. You know, it's different products, same aisle. Though, like we're right next to each other. Like it's that kind of energy. But I just like it. It all, no matter what, day or night, it all just kind of feels illegal. You know? All of it. Like during the day, you're like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. I like that. And then at night, it's a new kind of creepy. I like that. Last night I left at like midnight and I had to drive back to the hotel, and I just saw classic Florida stuff, you know? Like I'm driving, it's dark, there's nobody, and then a guy on a bicycle just drives out of a bush. And that's Florida stuff that you don't see anywhere else. Like, where did that guy come from? He just came out of a bush. And not like he pushed his bike out and then started right at full speed. He just rode out of a swamp with a backpack. And you don't know what's in that backpack, but you kind of know what's in the backpack. Right? Evidence. That's what's in that backpack. The authorities would like to take a gander into that backpack. But it's like a fun dangerous, you know? We're like, we're in a car, he's over there. That's all right. It's still, but it's still there. I came in on Thursday. That was the day I came in. My flight kept getting, I live in New York now, so it's a quicker flight, but my flight kept getting delayed, like hour by hour. They just kept pushing it. And I was like, what the hell's going on? Because there's weather in New York, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like you can't fly weather. And so I looked up Tampa's weather, and it just said tornado warnings all over it. Yeah, on Thursday. I don't know if you remember Thursday. But it was just, I didn't even know you guys got that. I thought it was hurricanes and sunshine. Like, that was all you got. And I'm like, tornado warnings? I was angry, right? And then I saw it, I'm like, oh, you can keep delaying this. So that's fine. I'm not, I'm already on a Boeing. Like, that, we're not gonna, we're not gonna go Boeing and tornado weather. We're just, let's cut our losses, man. What the hell happened to Boeing, by the way? Remember when they just made airplanes and they worked? Remember that? They were so good at it for so long, and they just, like, forgot how. They just forgot. They're like, I don't know, we lost the recipe, man. Like, that guy, the guy that knew quit. I don't even know what happened. There's an article that came up like a couple days ago that said the FAA looked into them and they were making planes with Dawn hand soap and hotel room key cards. And I that's all I know. I didn't read the article because they said it was a 14-minute read. And you ever do that? You ever about to read one and you're like, man, I don't have 14 minutes, so I guess I'll just draw my own conclusions. I guess that's what I'll do. I'll read the headline, just come up with my own stuff, and be like, that sounds about right to me. But yeah, I remember 2 weeks ago I was boarding a flight. Now I check what kind of plane it is, and it was a Boeing, and I'm like, all right, man, here we go. And an alert came up that said the CEO of Boeing has stepped down, like a news alert popped up, and I'm like, why are you telling me that, Is that supposed to make us feel better as I'm boarding this flight? Like, good, no one's in charge. Hell yeah. My emails will go unanswered. That's what I want. I do like that the CEO stepped down. I don't think it was his fault. Was he down there building the planes? Is that what CEOs do? They're just down there with a welding mask. He's the one that put all the hand soap all over it. He's like, don't worry, that guy quit. And I'm like, but I don't think that guy was the issue. CEOs are so quick to leave. Remember when, like, the captain went down with the Titanic? What happened to that mentality, I'll be here till all of them crash, Like, that's the kind of CEO I want, I don't want someone one house fire and like, I gotta get out of here. I hear T-Mobile's looking for somebody. I'll go over to T-Mobile. Oh, man. Stay till the end, Have some dignity. Yeah, it was rough. It was a rough flight. I sat next to annoying people because people, they suck sometimes. Sometimes you got to sit next to them. And I felt bad because the lady that was annoying me was elderly, and I don't want it, because I'm just like, oh, this is someone's mother, perhaps someone's grandmother, but she sucked. And it wasn't her age that made her suck. When you meet someone and like, no, you've sucked your whole life. Your whole life. You aged into this suck. Even if you were 20, I could tell you'd suck, And she was talking to someone behind her, so she just kept turning around talking, and then every time she turned around, she didn't know how to put her arm down, so she just elbow me. Every time, I don't know what decade she lost feeling in her elbow, but I don't think she noticed that every time she's just like, whack! She was whacking the hell out of me. And in the middle of the flight, she had to use the restroom, so she was gone for a while, and I was like, good. And I finally, fell asleep. But then she came back and she sat down, but she was at that age where she couldn't fully sit. She more just fell into her chair, which, hey, listen, that's going to happen to all of us. But she just fell in with elbow out, just like Macho Man Randy Savage off the top turnbuckle. Yeah! And that's how I woke up. I'm like, damn it. Like, oh, welcome back, And I was just surrounded by annoying people, even behind me, I could tell there was an elderly person back there, and the only reason I could tell is because every time they got up, they had to, because that works both ways. When you can't sit down, you also can't get up. So they did the thing where they put the death grip on the top of the chair, and they pull up. I don't know if you've ever been on the receiving end of that. But that's terrifying. Like mid-flight, you don't know. You're like, what the hell is happening? Am I about to get launched into first class? Like, what are we doing right now? 3 hours of that to get down here. And then I landed, I'm all angry, you know? And you get off that jetway, you're like, good, we're here. You know? Then I got a news alert, and it's like, O.J. Simpson has died. I'm like, good, you know? Just one of those, they could have said anything. I would have been like, good. Good, I hope he died in prison. And then I looked it up, he was free. Did you guys know O.J. was free? I thought he kidnapped people and got like a bunch of years. And apparently he didn't. He got out of that too. He got out of everything, that guy. 76 years. You know? He accomplished a lot in those 76 years. Like, he had his body of work, that was a lot, you know? There was a lot. It was what, like football and acting and then murder. Like, he outlived all of those categories. Like, most football players don't make it to 76. A lot of actors don't make it to 76. Usually murderers, hopefully, don't make it to 76. But he made it to all of those. And it's like, sometimes God's late like we are, you know? I think he kind of forgot. I sometimes think God is like an overworked maintenance man at like a hotel, you know, just at a desk with a stack of work orders. And he's just there. He's like, oh, OJ still alive? What year is it? I didn't... Nancy, I told you to organize my work orders. I'll fix this. Prostate cancer. There you go. And then that's what took him out. And, so, yeah, it was a big week, man. Big week. OJ went down. You guys had tornado warnings. Last week was the eclipse. Did you guys see the eclipse? You guys, yeah. Yeah, I tried. Yeah, it was there, wasn't it? It did it. I tried, man. I tried so hard to care about the... Like, I was like putting in effort. I'm like, no, this is cool. And I'm like, it's not. I don't. Maybe I'm jaded because I'm in hotels every weekend and I can make it dark at noon all the time. Sunlight has never come in before 1 p.m. in my hotel. Just whoop right there. It's hard. I tried to enjoy it. I put my glasses on, wear little stupid glasses, and you look. And you try to be impressed by it, but it just looks like a flashlight with like a golf ball. That's probably what God's doing up there. Like, they really get a kick out of it. Yeah. I make fun of it, but I'm dumb. I still burn my eyes. Because I don't normally look at the sun. That's not my normal activity. And I had the stupid glasses, and I pulled them away, but I was still looking. That's what I did. I'm like, I don't know, this is kind of lame. No! Oh, no! And then I had to Google, like an hour later, I'm Googling, why do my eyes burn? And Google already knew. I just put in, why do I? And then they're like, eyes burn? And I was like, man, thank God I'm not alone. You know? Google always makes me feel better. Anytime I do something stupid, I Google it, and I'm like, I'm not the only one. There were others. It makes you feel good, you know you're not the only dum-dum, you know? It's comforting. Yeah, it's important, man. It's important. Yeah, I don't know. I try to work on myself. I think I'm doing all right. I'm dealing with my... I don't know. I try, you know, everything makes me anxious. This is actually the most comfortable I feel. I like being up here in front of you guys, which is a psychotic feeling. This should be nerve-wracking, but this is like, yeah, this is good. And then when I'm amongst a lot of people, I'm like, I don't like that at all. It's a very backwards feeling. I've been trying to pinpoint what my anxiety feels like, and I don't know. It's... Have you ever, like, had a conversation in your head and you're into it, but you're in public, but you kind of lose track and you... And then you make eye contact with the stranger and you realize your muttering has been a little loud. And that moment of reveal, now your fantasy land has come crashing down, and there you are, just looking at each other. That's kind of what my anxiety feels like, you know? Or like a bad dream. Like, imagine getting out of a very cold pool and your swim shorts are gone and you make eye contact with your favorite president. That's what my anxiety feels like. Oh, Grover Cleveland. Oh, I don't know who that. I googled obscure president, and I don't even know what he did. I don't even know what years he served. I just thought it would be a weird one to throw in. That's for like one history buff in the room that's like, oh yeah, he was a president. Oh yeah. I'm trying to work on that. I'm just, I don't want to leave behind a legacy. I think that's my main fear. If I leave behind a legacy, I want it to be by accident, not on purpose. You ever meet someone that's like, I want to leave behind a legacy? And you're like, I'm pretty sure I hate you. Like, that's pretty arrogant, right? I want to leave behind a legacy. Oh, you want to haunt us with your successes? That's what you're saying. You're like, I want my successes to haunt for generations, like a ghost casting over people. Like, ugh, dude, how about big ups to like people that die and no one remembers, Those are the real heroes in the world. You should only be remembered by your friends and your close loved ones. Everyone else, don't do that. Like people that are like, I want to leave behind a legacy. Those are the same people that like being sung happy birthday to. That's not good. Like normal people don't like being sung happy birthday to. You just sit there. But in your head, you're like, it'll be over soon. Don't be ungrateful. But some people love being sung happy birthday to, and they're like, do the longer version. Do the longer. And Scooby-Doo on channel. That's a lunatic, man. You gotta watch out for that guy. That guy might grow up to get into power or something. Leave behind a legacy.
Hey there, thank you so much for watching my video. Is this too close? We're keeping it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, I'm gonna be on tour all year, 2024. Might be the last one. So, go to zoltancomedy.com, look at the tour schedule. If you don't see your town, sign up for my mailing list. I promise I'm gonna try to come, and I'll see you out there on the road. Thank you.